Hi, date is 11:08, 29th of August, Saturday, 2020. Had this dream 30, 40 minutes ago. Had this dream that I took some first notes, and one was minimal. I'll explain, or short, but to explain it might take me somehow. Um, Forgive me if I'm doing my own personal on current interpretation, which is probably not too nice, but we'll see. I'll try to stay away if that's the will of God. So there was Trump on the left of my vision, and a bit diagonal left, let's say northwest, and he was open about all things. He had somebody on his right. This was a CNN reporter, and there was a screening wall, like those weather news or stuff, like those news, just like CNN. They have a wall now, a big wall, a video wall. Okay, so he was open about all things, and I felt that he wanted to show that he was open to this person one-on-one almost, give some semi-sensitive, but not really, like some news under the table, so to speak, some not, half a bit technological or secrecy of the government. So he was trying to show even to the CNN reporter, and I felt like maybe trying to get closer, nourish the friendship. So like CNN reporter was lurking, was processing this. Um, it might have been Don Lemon, but I'm not sure. He certainly had this character of him, which I barely watched him, very, very barely, but like listening and interacting, posting a question there and there after listening to Trump. So in time, as a very kind of distant, not put in his own emotions. So he was there, and Trump was showing him the satellite image, closed up, and the guy asked the CNN reporter, where is Al Qaida? And and I felt like a mini surprise that they were still there. And Trump says, there any points in that screen? All right. And me, now I'm standing there, and I see this mini piazza, not a plaza, very mini. There's a on the right hole in it's all desert. There's a little hole because it's black inside, like a grotto, but in desert. And I think there's another one in a bit of distance, and then maybe here you could walk a pathway and stuff on the left, and then it would go more desertic, and you could not really see, so you could see the exterior. So he says there, points that, but I don't really see it. As I tried to see where he pointed, it went to the left, just like a click mouse. It goes, Google drag click. Neuralink was talking yesterday. I posted video about warning, and I think it's gonna get more into that soon. So as I'm trying to see it, already passed in time. I don't see it no more. So I kind of rewind by my position, and now I see it. And I saw also the men, which were very minimal. They were small. And these men, they walk about, and some were going on the left to the right, and I felt this was the policia there watching, like Qaida on the streets. And suddenly they round up some people. One had a kind of a turban, and I'll tell you more about this man. And he round up, and CNN reporter says, look. I says, they beat him. Look, and I looked, and they were about to beat him. He was against the wall there, and Trump says, "What do you want to do?" You know. And this is when it zoom in. And I looked, and they were beating him up, and this guy comes out with a turban. Now it's zoom in, and I see it now. It's clear. Before you couldn't really see on the map, so now I see really on a three-dimension life, and he's coming towards me, and probably like a witness at this point, and he has a turban, a little bit of blood. He got beaten up. He comes out and is facing me, from 12 o'clock to 6. And now there's a guy behind him that ran, a man in his 40s, and he's trying to run away. He's trying to run away so much that he's not looking behind, and he doesn't care. And I'm like, and this old guy that got beaten takes a gun and shoots him behind the head at a short distance, not close range, but a very short distance, about 3 meters, 2 meters. And I'm thinking two things. I'm thinking, this guy, man, he should have looked behind, and but he ran like, I don't care, you guy, and he got shot, trying to get away like a prisoner. And I guess that guy that shot him, that got beaten up, and I'm like, okay, he's doing it to show an allegiance, and so he get praises later, and by these same people that got beat him up. And God knows if he was a cop, because I had this feeling when he had the turban. So after this guy died, this is the first part of the scene. I'd like to put the second part. Second part, I feel like I'm in the United States, and before, I don't know if I was in the map of the world or in the United States, maybe. So I know there's deserts there. So what I want us to say is that suddenly I see this young black kid, and I'm in there now in the dream, and this little black kid, he's running away, and he's going left to right, and he's like wanted, and he gets shot just because he's black, and he's young, he's under 12, he runs away, maybe 12 maximum, he runs away, he's a young teen, young man, 12 years old, whatever, I should say, and he gets shot somehow on the right, and fatally shot, very fast, and I rewind in spirit to try to see what really happened, and man, I should have done this stream faster, but I tried to process it to right now, I forgot the second. Anyways, as I rewind, the scene change. Just like if time would change the possibilities, suddenly the second time he died, but still in that same atmosphere, that same environment, but it was different. Let me explain. He would go, A gets killed by B this way, and if A goes just a bit different, is still gonna get killed that time, but maybe a few seconds later by C. I think that's what Neuralink. Okay, I'll keep to the dream. And then I saw the second killing. It was a black guy, and he called in. He said, "Come, like to hide." But there was a window. The window was like more 12 o'clock. So the guy that went left to right almost got away, came back, instead of getting shot at the right, came back, like maybe his hallway made more, in another way, he came back, and as he got close, like coming right, got in the face, or he's get point blank face. Suddenly I'm the wanted. I don't know. And suddenly I don't know if I was black in that dream, because the guy passed next to me. And my hunting was, gotta put pause. Okay, just to remind. So my hunting, I feel like I had a little revolver. I'll tell you why. In the dream, I'm thinking like a little revolver, like the guy in Godfellas, played by Ray Liotta. It's because I'm gonna shoot somebody and it's not so strong. Don't edit on that. That when I will hit that person, I will tell you, it just penetrate, but not even. So I'm like, oh, it's like really low. They had these mini guns, and they were not so powerful. And I'm thinking, why would they add this? I don't know if when I wake up was still in the dream. I think still in the dream after it says to conceal. Yeah, it was still in the dream when I was more running after the effect. So I'll tell you, I'm a kind of a black guy, and I'm going, probably a team too, and I'm going, and there's a white woman and man in a corner, and they shoot me, really, and I get shot. I draw my gun, I shot the most that came to the left, like in front of me at the distance. There were streets, there were family, houses, kind of, so I shoot, and one bullet I go, and like, yeah, but that bullet didn't even penetrate. Did like, yeah, and out. So then I'm running on the left, and I felt when you're shooting, it's like a pellet, or you're dragged. That's why they say I'm shot. It's like penetrate, but the organ stops it, and then you'll feel like kind of a pressure, or you'll feel hanging there, and all you want to do is pull it out, I guess. So I'm running to the left. Suddenly I'm in a hallway. No, I'm running. Some people see me. I decide to go in the hallway. Oh man, I remember, I think just all before that, I wanted to take a house. And I go, and there's like, cabinets or cabins, and more parking family kind of way. Like a friend of mine now in the RCMP brought me a camping one day. So I go there, and all this thing here was empty, like a lot, and wood plank there, and I'm like, okay, there. And I think that's when I came out, and more in the streets. This happened, and passed. I ran west after this, and they shot me. I go about the streets, but I'm taking the hallway. But before that, I think I ran on the streets. There's a scene that the white woman cop single pulls out the guy, almost arrests him in the car, and the guy's even like, look, and pointed at me, but when she saw me, she didn't really care. She continued. I felt I was in danger. Look, so I come, then there was a scene like it was a real plaza, but kind of mini, those little cities. There will be a theater somehow, somewhere I didn't see, and I felt like popcorn going on, and then pizza, like pizza, and some kids were eating a cheap pizza like this. This is a chain pizza, and it's not high quality. The price is low, $6-7 today. And as I ran, I see one pizza hanging and going like this. I think this, well, I heard to not interpret, but the interpretation is, the time in Dali painting goes like this. I think the time is behind me. If this was all reality, I'll tell you about this, or simulation, whatever they call it. I have to study that Neuralink thing, but it was real. So I'm going there, and as I witnessed things, I couldn't move the map, Trump. I'll come back to all this. I finished the dream first, and I was going more, past that people shot me, the plaza and everything. It was too dangerous. I came back to the left, and I passed and behind those Mall Street or stuff is tight, and there was just like dry grass, so to speak, all the way, and I'm trying to get there. I don't know if it was just before the plaza or right after. I don't think it has really importance. Yes, actually, it was just before, and then between probably um, the first Sheen getting shot with the one guy, one girl, just like you see them, the couple, and then I'm trying to shoot it. I'm like, I get it, but it's not powerful at all. Get out. I'm running, trying to get there. Somebody behind the plaza, and then go. Hey, look, the pull over woman on the right. Looks at the car, feel like she might see me, and then just at the end, when I go left, I felt like now she was taking to a certain distance, but about to chase me now. So I go more left, more west, like northwest or something, more west, and then I wanted to go somewhere from there south, but end of dream. Maybe the border or somewhere, end of dream. Just want to add something quick before I wake up. Excuse me, I didn't wash myself there, went toilet, nothing. At least I forget something. I do want to say that yesterday Neuralink representation and the Starlinks now and the system of the mark of the beast for me, internet, a big backup internet for this system on Neuralink. They inject you as like a bullet in the face. I wanted to say something about this. If the guy that owns him is the Antichrist, starting with Elon Musk and especially somebody that will inherit maybe in 30 years, they can put, just seeing if it's still on, they can put a code. Yesterday, they can put a code suddenly like kill all black people, and people kill all black people from this age to this age. Now I start to understand the dream. Because one black people did. I don't think he was in the force camp, from that age up to 12 years old, just like in the Bible. Me after, I'm not Arab, man. I'm Romanian. I'm Italian. They come from Italy. And maybe there were some other people in that area before. But I do believe, like, I'm just taking a lot of sun. Like I was white like a vampire when I was young. In the night now, I'm red taking sun. I didn't have a good health closing my 20 years. And God knows how it did, but I got all kind of type in my life, man. You look like Al Pacino, you look like Johnny. When I grew up, you look like Nicolas Cage. I had another nose. You look like this, you look whatever it is. That's 20 years when I was stupid and it got hit, and now it bubble up when I'm trying to read and it dries and whatever. I'm trying to gradually grind it, and man, it took so long time. I don't know even why. But let me tell you that for me, this is what's going on. That makes the only sense. And it was chaos. It's chaos. It's changing. You're killing your own, so you won't even know. It's like getting an order that you cannot run from. They upload you a data, and you have to follow that. I remind you, it says 666. They will chase all the Christians, kill all the Christian boom, because they're gonna object this. They're gonna see what's going on and the dangers, and it's the prophecy. So anybody that could hear this, stop this. Stop this. Whatever you are, inside out of this company, you gotta stop this. This is the end times. Reporting, Emelian Butoi, messenger of God, Almighty of Israel, Father of Jesus Christ, God, Son and God, that loves you and died for your sin.